Hey, I'm live. Apollo's drinking water. All the signs are pointing to a good time. Welcome to the show, y'all. Woo! Sorry I couldn't be here with y'all last week. I mean, I probably could have toughed it out, but I was actually not feeling good, and I was coughing a lot, like a lot. And it would have been like a show of me going, and nobody wants that. Not y'all, not me, not the posterity on the YouTube. So, anyway, hey, he just had a good old drink. So this is always a good sign. Oh, he needs a bath so bad. I had my window open earlier because the cold front's blowing through and there's a lot of wind. And then I shut the patio door to get ready. And then I walked in this living room. I was like, woo! This dog smell, it stirs it up. Anyway, welcome to the show, y'all. I'm rnacle. This is the OraCola. I'm coming to y'all live from Austin, Texas here on March 11th, 2026. Welcome to the show, y'all. Yeah, I'm going to be here for a little while reading the oracles. If you got a question for the universe, put it in all caps in the chat. You got to log into the Google because the Google's got to know what you're up to. And then get in the chat, put it in all caps. Hopefully I'll see it. If not, just keep putting it in there. Someone will scream at me. Eventually I'll find it. And then, yeah, we'll read the oracles. We'll see what's up. We'll see what the universe has to say to you this evening. I hope y'all are doing okay. I know it's always a time out there in the world now. There's not a time in the world when it's not a time. Now that I think about it, probably since I was old enough to understand what a time was. Now that I think about it, I'm having a mini epiphany here. It ain't ever been okay. The whole time I've been alive, there's always been a bunch of bullshit happening. A bunch of bullshit I can't control. A bunch of bullshit that affects me regardless. A bunch of bullshit. And yeah, life is going on. So I guess until the bullshit bomb lands in your actual lap, carry on, friends. That's all I got to do. That's all I got to say. How many times can we start war in the Middle East? Or drop bombs on a country or depose a dictator we put in place 30 odd years ago? How many times can we do this and not get bored with the story? I think we need a new storyline. The man's writers are getting lazy. They're all fucking lazy. We need fresh content. And I know they're trying to drum up that whole alien disclosure thing. At this point, it don't matter. They have already waited too long on that storyline. Everybody has done with it. All of the fanfic has already pointed out all the possible scenarios with this thing. So they got to move on. We got to move on to the AI overlords taking over. This is what we got to do. I mean, they're laying the foundation. They're laying it good. So, I mean, they could spring that trap and it would probably work pretty good, like the whole pandemic thing. But, who am I to tell the man how to run his business? I'm just a lowly person on the man's earth. Anyway, before we get started, we always do a ritual. I will do this ritual that I do. You can do your own ritual, and then we'll get into the business. We got Patrick, we got Good, we got Fuck You. Oh, I could see Fuck You's comments this week. That's always a good thing. And I love this wind you're sending from up Canada way. It is quite spicy. I got me some cheap-ass wind chimes on the clearance aisle at HEB the other day. It was like $1.50 for a chime. And, they ain't tuned to nothing. They're kind of just like clanky. But they're going crazy right now. So, thanks from the great up north. All right. I earned the sacred wood. And then now I'm going to ring the bell. Let the universe know we're here. We're ready for the business. And then we got our prosperous spray to rain down the prosperity upon us. Not the bad, just the good. Not the bombs, just the bonbons. And then what else? What else? Oh yeah, I did get a lotto ticket. I got it last week actually, but then I got sick. So this is from last week. Hopefully it's a winner. And then we got our Florida water to anoint the chakras, make sure they're all nice and lubricated, even those ones way down there. And yeah, we did it. We fucking did it. So let's see if we got a question for the universe in the chat. If not, that's okay. I'm happy to just hang out with y'all and chit chat. Even though shit sucks, it's still better than 100 years ago. Agreed. I got running water, and it ain't going to kill me if I accidentally take a sip. At least not yet. This is something I'm grateful for, y'all. I recognize that having clean water and soap and sanitation and the ability to wash ourselves is a blessing. It is a blessing. And I don't buy the man's business that, we're using too much water, because the man uses way more water than all us peons do through his industry and his corporate subterfuge and his bullshit. He even pumps the water we pay for with our taxes and then sells it back to us at a profit. So I don't believe the man's business when it comes to water. I think he's lying about a bunch of shit. I know they're like, oh, there's water on Mars, maybe, possibly, there's ice, if we can find water. I think water is easy to find. There's water all over the place. We're almost all water. It's everywhere. I ain't buying this water scarcity bullshit. That's just my personal opinion, but put me in a desert, I might be singing a different tune. Yeah, this earth is covered in water. We are the water planet. Come on now. How many other planets got as much water as us? Maybe Pluto. It's all water. Supposedly it's just frozen water. But I don't know. I think we might be in the lead. We might be winning that Olympic gold medal total. Excuse me. And you know how to remove the salt. Yeah, well, you can try to remove the salt from this body of water, but let me tell you, honey, it's as salty as it's ever going to be. In fact, that's my phone. That's my new phone decor. It's salty. All right, it's 9:09, y'all. I do have to get up very early in the morning to go to my fast food job to give people their milkshakes and gut bombs. So if you got questions, plop them things in the chat, because I ain't going to be here all night. And if you don't got a question, that's fine. I can read a little bit for the collective. I ain't greedy about doing that. But it's a much better show when y'all participate. So waiting for them questions. Oh, there we go. Guidance from the universe on planning condo renovations. Ooh, you sound like you're getting involved with some contractors. If you might have some advice about that. Oh, a crystal. Okay. Well, here's a crystal that you can use to possibly guide you in the right direction when you're doing your planning. Because I ain't never had no property to renovate, because I'm not that rich. But what I do know is that people who do have property to renovate and have embarked on this tedious prospect, generally speaking, it's difficult, especially when you're hiring other people to do it. Now, if you're a DIY person and you're reasonably adept, it will have its ups and downs, but at least you are always in control. When you hire other people to do some shit, you got to be on their ass all the time. You can never let it slip. They will always cut corners when you ain't watching. So just be aware. You're going to have to be minding this thing like a toddler. All right. Well, here's a rock that might help with that situation. Jade. Be the bigger person. Okay. So I don't know what ultimately be the bigger person means for this situation. However, I think having a little jade in your pocket ain't going to hurt. Ain't going to hurt. And if you got countertops or some kind of backsplash that you're going for, maybe consider some jade colors in there. Maybe consider a little jade chip in the foundation of the floor work you're doing, just to give it a little extra energy. Yeah, but ultimately when it comes to these contractors, you're going to have to be the adult in the room. You're going to have to whip them in the shape. You're going to have to tell them, you know what's up, you know what they're trying to hide, you know what they're trying to get away with, and you ain't going to fall for that bullshit. Make them respect you. Make them respect you as the bigger person. Even though you're paying, you ain't no sucker. Think about it like that. Yeah. You want to DIY it? Well, get you some jade and be the better person when it comes to doing the work. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Don't be intimidated. Just do it and own it if you fuck it up. If you fuck it up, own it. And maybe find a better way to get around it because you fucked it up. There's lots of ways to grow and learn as a person when you're doing contracting work, especially on your own property. So, good luck. Have fun. Enjoy. Oh, it's Prance. Good to see you. Got a jaded little pill in your pocket, and your homeboys do too. Well, good for you. Excellent. I love it when there's jaded pockets in my midst. Anybody got a question? If not, that's fine. I'll read one for the collective because I feel like I should. I'm going to spin the wheel. Oh, a tarot. A tarot for the collective. Always good time when we get the tarot involved. I got all kind of shit on my desk. I need to clean it off. I got company coming this week, so it'll help me to get shit organized. But yeah, I've been kind of lazy because I've been sick, so things are looking dire in here. Good thing y'all can't see what I'm looking at. Okay, here we go. Tarot for the collective. Ooh, universe, what do you gotta say? Oh, the lovers. This one's fun. Okay, so we need to make a choice. Are we going to choose the bad love or the good love? Here's the thing. When it comes to making decisions, there's always two sides of the coin. There's usually the positive side, and there's a little negative side. Sometimes a big negative side, depends on what you're talking about. However, you always get the choice. So choose the side that's going to give you the love. Don't choose the side that's going to give you the pain. And here's where most people get fucked up. A lot of people is addicted to the pain. They love the suffering. They love to feel bad. They love the negative self-talk. Don't choose that route for yourself. There is a better choice. It may not be the easiest choice. It may be the choice that requires you to do the work. However, it is the best choice in the end. It is the choice of love. Choose love, y'all. Don't choose hate. Don't choose self-destruction. Don't choose the man. Just saying. Just saying. Yeah. Alanis and Snoop Dogg lyric mash. Oh. How funny. I love it. Y'all are so creative. Everybody's so creative. Okay. It is 9:15. I did one for the collective. I did one for y'all. I got a lotto ticket. It is March Madness, Sadness, Badness. Oh, hell no-is. What do I got to say? So, last week, I was sick. And the few days before that, the whole bomb in Iran thing popped off. And I say bomb in Iran, not the war, because, first of all, it ain't declared war. Second of all, we've been doing this shit for decades. This ain't nothing new. I'm tired of the man trying to spin his old tricks into new things. Sorry, we saw this in season 12. It's now season 554, and you have not come up with a new storyline. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I mean, this shit goes back to the Sumerians and the Babylonians and the Thessalonians and the Huhadians. All them people, back in the day, they've been fighting in this desert for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. I don't know why the Anunnaki think this part of the world is the one that needs to have the fighting, but apparently it is. So, whatever. Let's move on to a new show or a new season. I'm tired of this one. And I don't want the aliens. I'm tired of that one too. I already stated my case at the beginning of the show. Goog had a birthday. Well, happy birthday, Goog. I hope you had a wonderful birthday. I hope it was fantastic and glorious and all the things you hoped for. Honk, honk. Yeah. Good for you. You survived another year. Yeah, you ain't dead yet. 9/17. Ooh, maybe we should do a reading for Goog's birthday. You ate a boat of sushi. Well, how big was the boat? Because I've been in the sushi places, and sometimes they got a big boat, and sometimes they got a little boat. I mean, if it was the little boat, good for you. You showed restraint. If it was the big boat, well, first of all, I know you was suffering later because I've been there. And also, you spent a lot of money because they don't bring out the big boat unless you're dropping at least $100. At least. Let's see. And you're ordering more than tuna roll. Okay. It is the particle for the Goog birthday. Let's see what the random number generator says. Where's my random number generator? Random number generator. Okay, 755 pages. In the particle, we're going to get a number. Page 732. Oh, Apollo's drinking again. Wow, he's thirsty. I don't even know if there's enough water in there. 732. Okay. You got special. Oh, this is perfect. We're talking about a threesome here. Look at them servicemen servicing each other. All their dicks is rubbing up against each other. They got all their tongues mingling. They got their little jaunty uniforms partially on. And then, yeah, they're having a good time. So look, before it gets crazy in the war, make sure you get your rocks off. Just make sure you're having fun. Even if it's wartime, you can have a good time. And, you know, I heard in the Middle East, and I heard it by reading about it and also watching other people talk about it, that they are mostly okay with gay shit as long as you don't call it gay. I mean, so it's fine. It's fine. It's all good. You can eat $100 worth of sushi for a joke. Yeah, of course, because $100 worth of sushi is literally not that much. I was just saying, if you get the boat, you got to spend at least $100, which ain't that much, because they want to bring the boat out. Because when you bring the boat out on one table, everybody else is like, how come I can't get the boat? And then they all want to order more so they can get the boat. It's like a cost. It's like an enticement. It's kind of advertising that you get something special if you spend so much. Trust me. When I see the boat, I'm envious. If I'm in the sushi joint by myself, which I have been, I ain't gonna lie, I will be upset because I cannot order enough to get the boat on my own without being rolled out of there. What the fuck is the boat? What do you mean? Okay, this must be a cultural thing. So you're up there in Canada, right? I'm sure you got way superior sushi because y'all live, I don't know, more natural or something. Y'all are Canadians. But in the United States, in the sushi joint, usually there is different ways to present the sushi. And usually, you get the usual little mat, the little tray, the little whatever. They make it look fancy. And then if you order a certain amount of sushi and there's a big enough table, they will make it like look fancy, but on like a pirate ship. I don't know how to explain it. It's a fucking boat. It's a fucking boat. And it's like actually a thing. I don't know how they get it in the Hobart to clean it, because I'm sure it ain't actually sterile. But it's this fucking thing with sails, and you know, it looks like a boat, and they got the different sushis staged all over it in various compartments and planks and platforms and what have you. So the sushi boat is the big kahuna. It's the big deal. It's the thing. You know, when you get the boat, you're going all out. You get the sushi boat, you are going out. So this is how it works. This is how it works. And you know, you can order any number of things. You get the rolls, the sashimi, the hand roll things. You can get like all kind of stuff on the boat. And then if you get the boat, usually they'll throw a few little extras on there, a little extra ginger, a little extra seaweed salad, a little garnish here, a little frou-frou there. And then, you know, you're getting a whole lot extra with your boat. And if you're at a proper sushi joint and you get the boat, if you're not sitting in the place where they, you know, put you on the tatami and your feet are below the table, like you're sitting on the ground kind of thing, you ain't living. You got to get the whole proper situation there. You got to approximate the Western Japanese style. And if you do this and you're a big spender, you can have, 2 or 3 hours of good times getting the boat. And, you know, if you get the boat and you eat the boat, you can order another boat. They got more boats in the back. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. It is crazy. That would be construed as a hate crime here. No, it ain't no hate crime. It's just the USA. And if the USA is a hate crime, I don't want to be right. Because that's where I live. And I'm in denial, y'all. I'm in denial. You're coming. You know what? I don't know. You seem to live northwest Canada, if I'm right, if I remember correct. You could probably dip on down into Washington and get you a sushi boat. I don't know what the border crossing's like right now, because I ain't trying to cross no border. But you could probably cross into Washington and get you a sushi boat. But probably then it would cost you maybe $150, $200. But y'all are close to the water there, so there's better fish. I wouldn't advise making it all the way down to Texas just to try the sushi boat, because it ain't going to be the best sushi. But I bet you there's a sushi boat up there in Seattle or whatnot. Maybe in one of them little islands or one of them little small towns, you can get you a sushi boat. I recommend it at least once in life to get the sushi boat. Okay, now that we went on a tangent about sushi boats, I didn't know those were universal. I figured everybody had the sushi boat. Boy, howdy. The universe teaches you lessons all the time. Okay. 9:25. The wind is howling outside. Apollo drank twice. I hope you don't got the diabetes. I got me a lotto ticket. I got to get up early. World events are so overwhelming, it's hard to think of quick. I agree. But also, when have they not been overwhelming? Think about it. When have world events not been overwhelming if you pay attention to the world? They have always been. I remember being a child, worried about kids starving in Africa. The kids are still starving in Africa, and a lot worse. I know the Epstein files is out. What has changed? Nothing, except that I got a lot older and more wrinkles. This is the only difference in my life right now. I know that this thing exists. I know that it's happening. I know that the man is trying to get me to get worked up about it. But you know what I'm worked up about? I'm worked up about paying my bills. I'm worked up about making sure that my friend has a good birthday. I'm worked up about making sure my dog has a walk. I'm worked up about getting over this sickness. I'm worked up about Other shit. Not the man shit. I have let go of the man shit. The man shit is touching me marginally. And I know it touches other people more because they drive a car and they got to pay the gas. Well, guess what? I got to pay it too. It's coming out of my electric bill, but probably like 6 months later. This is how I pay for it. I pay for it in the forward. Y'all pay for it in the now. But we all pay for it. We all pay for it. And there's nothing we can do about it. Not a goddamn thing. There is no button I can push as a tax-paying American citizen that tells me, oh yeah, you can stop the war right now. Boop! I would have pushed that button 35 fucking years ago. But because I can't push the button and I gotta keep living my life, guess what? I do this show every Wednesday. This is how I get it out. So find your joy, find your love, find your peace, get your renovation going, get that garden going, go get that sushi boat. That's the only thing you can do. That's the best thing you can do. Vibrate higher. What do I miss? Go to Mexico to sushi. No, I wouldn't go to Mexico for the sushi boat. I would only get the fried fish there. Maybe the ceviche if they put enough lime in it, but Mexico's, they got water problems. I'm just saying. I'm not being racist. I'm just saying. Patrick, guidance for the next week. Okay, here we go. Here's a question. OraCola's choice. Okay. I'm going to do a Dinoracle. I love this Dinoracle. We don't get to use it as much. It's fun and silly, and, you know, it's perfect. It's perfect for the time. Why not just pick a dinosaur, which is probably a made-up thing that the man made up, as your guide? Why not? Okay, here we go. Which dinosaur is going to be the answer? Which one? Oh, we got 2 dinosaurs that wanted to come out. Oh my God, these are awesome. Velociraptor and Tyrannosaurus Rex. Okay, so the Velociraptor, carnivore, meat eater, obviously. Tyrannosaurus Rex, slim, stiff tail provided balance while running. Okay, there's a fact, possibly. And then what else we got? A fierce hunter with a huge head, had 60 teeth, 9 inch in length, had 3-fingered clawed hands. Okay, so we got 2 different ways to kill a man. One of them is going to be a big old bear stomp. The other is going to be like a tiger tearing you apart. Which do you choose? Which way do you want to die? Or which way do you want to kill? Think about it like that. Are you going to be the big old stomper? Or are you going to be the little delicate slicer? Which is it going to be? You get to pick your way. You get to be the predator in your life. Are you the little stealthy predator? Are you the big old stomping predator? Which one is it? Make a choice. Commit. Choose wisely. Go forth and kill. Go forth and kill. One of my dives was I wasn't cult enough to formally apply. Oh, well, you know what? Sometimes the cult is a little bit too culty. Sometimes you got to step back from the cult to recognize that maybe this branch of the cult is not for me. Maybe the cult has other branches that are more amenable to my particulars. Maybe. I mean, it's still a cult, but if you're committed to the cult, there's different places to go. Even Scientology's got different parts of the cult that you can get involved in. You can join the Sea Org, where you give up your whole life for 1 billion trillion years and you basically a slave, or you can, like, I don't know, get a job in the editing department of their Scientology propaganda films. You get a choice. Y'all are having a conversation already. I love it. What I love, honestly, about doing this show, aside from me just sitting here and chit chatting, is that y'all get to chit chat with each other. I think this is a good networking opportunity. And if I never need to flee to Canada, I'm going to probably choose the West Coast over the East Coast because I at least know one person up there. And I know it's not going to be easy to find you, FU, but at least I know you're there. I got a beacon, I got a place to go. I ain't got nobody in Toronto. Nobody up there. Will I ever find my forever cult? Ooh, okay, this is a good one. Let's see. Oh, a tarot. We got a tarot. RC has brought us together. Ha ha. Maybe I did. Maybe that is my purpose in life. Maybe this is what it's all for. The fast food job is just sustaining this little brotherhood, sisterhood, themhood, theyhood, hoodhood, all that hood. That's what it's for. Okay, let's see. What about this cult? Ooh, temperance. Okay. So here's the thing. You will find your cult, but you got to find it with moderation. You can't go to extremes with the cult. You got to find the little place in the cult that gives you enough satisfaction of being in the cult, but also gives you enough leeway to recognize that you're still in a cult. It's okay to be in the cult as long as you understand you're in the cult. And that's fine. Lots of people are happy in the cult, but you can't go too crazy with it. You got to be a little bit, I don't know. Got to be a little bit sober with it. You can't go too crazy. Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm assuming that's JW. Lord help me. I don't know what cult Prance is talking about, but I have a feeling about all cults in the same way, and that they can be good and they can be bad. If you take it too far, like Heaven's Gate, well, they can be bad. If you are kind of in it, but it's okay, well, there's a lot of Scientologists out there that are happy. They're all making money in Hollywood, so who's to say they're wrong? If you're making billions of dollars and you're in this cult and it's fine, it's working out fine, who am I to say it's wrong? Just because I don't agree with it or think it's stupid, that don't mean it's not wrong. You're easy to find. Come in the summer. Yeah, I would definitely not go up there in the winter unless I had to. And in fact, if I needed to flee the country, I would go south. I would go to Mexico before I would go north unless there was a blockade, like the border wall was built and I could not get over the border. But even then, I think it would be easier for me to get to Mexico. And I've been to Mexico before. So at least I know what I'm getting into there. You think your doctor is anti-cult? Oh, well. Why is he your doctor? Or is she your doctor? I don't mean to presume. Maybe they're there. Maybe it's their doctor. We got them non-binary doctors out there now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know nothing. All I know is when I went to get my meds for my sickness, because I admitted I needed to go get meds. I was stubborn at first, and then I was like, I got to get meds. Luckily, I got a little bit of insurance, even though I still had to pay a lot of money. So I went to the clinic and got me my meds. Even then, the doctor was recommending shit that I knew I didn't need. And I was like, nope, I don't need that. I don't want it. And they didn't fight me with it. They didn't fight me. And at least with an anonymous, not even a doctor, like it's probably just like a nurse practitioner that I saw. They ain't going to fight you because it's one of them like walk in, walk out clinics. If you have a personal doctor, they can argue with you more because you got a relationship built up. You know, I've never tried to build up no relationship with the doctor. The one that I do have is with my dentist. Even then, I push back. I push back on that bitch because you know what? It's my body, it's my mouth, it's my money. And when I want to have a procedure, I will have it. And when I don't think it's necessary, I will refuse. This is my right as an autonomous person. And I think more people need to get into that because a lot of people see the word doctor and immediately get stupid. And I know a lot of people are stupid because I work a drive through, but aside from that, they also get stupid. Uh, you had those here, they're free. But are they? Are they free? Don't you got to pay for it? Ain't they killing people up in Canada? Let me know if you what's the deal with all them people saying that they get like recommended the assisted suicide route? What's up with that? Are they actually like murdering the citizens up there? Is Soylent Green happening in Canada already? Let me know, because I don't know. I just know what the propaganda says down here, and I don't know if it's true. They put more people to sleep than dogs. Well, Patrick, respectfully, you don't live in Canada, so I would like to hear it from the Canada horse's mouth. How many people getting put down up in Canada land? Because y'all got the free health care. The free health care. Yes, murder. Oh, this is juicy. I don't know if I like to hear it, but it's juicy to hear. Mm. Wow. Wow. Okay, so it's true. It's awful. It is happening. And no, a botched assisted suicide. Oh my God. What, they don't give you quite enough of the drug, so you're just kind of brain dead, but like gasping for breath? That's awkward. How do they fix it? I guess I would assume they just give you more of the drug till you actually die. They don't put you on a ventilator or nothing. That's cruel. That's cruel. You have stories. Oh my God. That's pretty gross, actually. I don't want to hear them stories. I don't want to know about it because I know what I've read. And I don't know if what I've read has been truthful, because in the land of AI, in the world of AI, who knows what's true? I mean, you can kind of parse it, but kind of not. It's getting better. Well, wow. So what is the threshold? Just okay, so maybe I don't need to hear the whole story, but what is the threshold? If you're going to be put to death under the Canadian system, what is the threshold? Do you just have to be like saying you want it, or is it like you have to have so much wrong with you that it's X amount of money to fix and they don't want to spend the money? Because if it's the latter, that's really disgusting. Because down here, they'll let you go in the hole as much as you want, pretty much. You can just like rack up millions and millions and millions of dollars in medical debt to be like survived. You just got to pay for it later. They ain't going to kill you because they want to experiment on you. But up there, you're telling me they want to kill you first? You qualify. They offered it to one guy because he was poor. What? That's wild. Oh my God. That's disgusting. Okay, well, we know the man is a satanic pedophile. Of course, he's harvesting organs from people who want to kill themselves. And of course, adrenochrome. And of course, he's just fine with it. He's just fine with it. I remember when there was a big controversy back in the 90s, 80s with Dr. Kevorkian back here in the U.S. And if y'all don't know, if you're old or you're young or whatever, you don't remember, this is the doctor who invented a way to inject yourself with meds to kill yourself. Suicide machine. And it was meant to be an end of life. If you had terminal illness and you didn't want to suffer no more with the treatments and you was in constant pain, it was a way for you to like end your life with dignity on your own terms. You had to be like fully present. You had to like make the choice. You had to push the button yourself, all that shit. And he went to jail. He was prosecuted. Like, it was a thing. And I remember thinking, Why is this man being hurt for doing what we do to dogs and cats all day, every day of the week? Why? Because we do the same thing to perfectly healthy animals because we ain't got no space to feed them. Like, we do this all the time. So why is this a problem? Well, now in hindsight, I know this is a slippery slope, ushering people into the idea that if you have any pain at all, you shouldn't suffer and you should just offer yourself. And the government will help you do it. And you know, we had this predictive programming back in the 70s with the Soylent Green movie. I mean, oh my God, it's all coming full circle for me. So yeah, it's weird and crazy. And I know that Canada has a lot of good things going for it, but also, y'all whack. Y'all are whack. Sorry, F you. Suffering exists to teach. Agreed. Agreed. It does. Canada is a lie. So is the U.S. We're all in the same boat. Woo-hoo. Oh, my God. My aunt's dog has better health care than I do. I believe it, honestly. My dog gets a pill that costs $3 each pill, and I give it to him once a day. I'm supposed to give it to him twice a day, but I give it to him once a day because he can be a little bit itchy. But this is where I'm at. Do I take a pill that costs $3 a pill? No, the fuck I don't. Should I? Maybe. Do I go to the doctor to figure it out? Hell fucking no. I don't even want to know about that shit. Because I bet, pretty sure, if I went to the doctor right now, they would find X, Y, and Z wrong with me and tell me that I need to take X, Y, and Z pills. I ain't going to do it. Hell no. Hell to the no. All right. Y'all, it's getting late. I don't think we had any other questions. And I do have to go to my job in the morning. So guess what? We're going to wrap it up. We're going to do one more spin for the collective just to tie it all together and see what the universe has to say. Oh, digital diviner. All right, well, here's a question for the universe. Oh, digital diviner. Will this next week be a shit show or tolerable? Which is it going to be? Shit show or tolerable? Will it be tolerable? Let's just say that. Will this next week be tolerable? Well, the Dick Wood has spoken. It will not be tolerable. It will either be a shit show or it will be the best week of your life. One of the two. You don't get to choose. You get to vibrate into one or the other. So start vibrating now into the one that's the best week of your life. All right, we got a lotto ticket here. We got a lotto ticket, and we're gonna. Oh shit! I don't want to do that. Hold up. Yeah, I don't want to scritch the table. So this is one of them ones where you got to get 3 matching symbols in the same spin. You win the prize. Reveal 2 symbols and a crown. Win double. So we're looking for crowns, y'all, or triples. We're looking for crowns or triples. I don't like these normally because they're usually hard to win, but we'll see. We'll see what's up. Crowns or triples. Crowns or triples. Crowns or triples. Triples. Oh, we got a crown. Okay. So we got a crown. That means we got a double already. So we got $4. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Already on this side. Okay. Let's see if we got more. Sometimes when they put a double on there, they got a triple on here. They got more. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Well, it looks like we did not get any other. However, we did get $4 out of this ticket. Bum, bum, bum. Woo! So we got our money back. Oh my God. At least something went right this week. I can always say, if I look back on this week in particular, one thing went right. All right, y'all. Well, wonderful, wonderful to see y'all. Always, always. I'm so happy to be back in the saddle. I hope y'all have a wonderful week. I know the Dickwood likes to be a shit show and poo poo on shit, but don't listen to him. He's a party pooper. Dickwood is a party pooper. Don't let that poop get on your dick. Okay? Mm-mm. All right. I'll see y'all next time. I hope you have a wonderful week. Love y'all. Bye.